What is up, Showminators? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new episode for the International Student Series where I share information and tips to help you make a better decision, especially if you're picking a college in America. Okay, so today in this episode, I'm going to be sharing my own college experience while getting my bachelor's in computer science from Michigan State University. So I'm going to start with how I started picking my universities and making my list. So when I started collecting the names, I was doing that based on three things: rankings. Back then, me and my family, we wanted to pick universities from the top 100 ranked by the US News. The reason we were only looking in the top 100 universities is that we're already paying for it, so might as well get our money's worth and get a degree from a reputed program. Second is acceptance. Back then, the SAT scores used to be a big part of this acceptance process, and my SAT scores were not that great, which is why I felt like if I only applied to the top 10 programs, I would end up not getting into any of them, and then I would have to take a year gap. So I wanted to at least have one program accept me, which is why I wanted to space it out, right? And the third thing is cost. The US dollar to the Bangladeshi taka exchange rate is not the best, which is why I had to pick universities which would give me scholarship as well. So these are the three things I was considering when picking my colleges, and the list I had created back then was Arizona State University, Michigan State University, Go Green, Penn State University, Purdue University, and I think Oregon as well, and there were a few others. All right. Once the applications were made and the offers came back, the one that I accepted without even thinking twice was Michigan State University, because their scholarship was definitely more than the rest, and I thought that that would help me out, in this college journey. One thing that I did not research at all, and I urge all of you guys to research this carefully, is the state where your university is, because Michigan is really, really cold, and the winters here can last up to 6 months. And during the winter time, and on a very good day during the winter time, the daytime temperature can be around -5 degrees Celsius, which is the polar opposite of Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is usually warm and the winters are actually very short. And during the winter time in Bangladesh, the daytime temperature can run from 16 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. So I was not ready for the cold here, and that really affected my college journey. Some of the other adjustments that I had to make when I came here were the fact that I had to keep up with managing my own schedule, such as waking up on time, going to bed on time, picking the right classes, eating on time, eating the right things. These are some things that, I'll be honest, I was not used to maintaining for myself, which is why that was a big adjustment once I moved here. But the one that really threw me off was the studying culture in America, right? So I come from the Cambridge curriculum. In the Cambridge curriculum, there's a final exam that you attend, and that is at the end of the year. And if you study diligently for 3 months before the exam, there's a good chance that you're gonna come out of that exam with a solid A, right? So it's possible to ace your exams even if you don't study throughout the year. But that is not how it works in America. In America, throughout the semester, and the semesters are just 4 months long, you will have to study throughout that 4 months. Even if it's syllabus week, great. You have a time to breathe, take your time, look at the homework, and start as early as possible. That is how it works out here, and I did not know that. So initially, I was struggling when I first joined Michigan State, and my first semester GPA was just a 1.5, and that is not good for an international student. Eventually I caught up, and I was able to graduate with a 3.69 GPA out of 4. I was able to learn how to manage myself properly, manage my time, plan my days to the T, so that I can learn, work on myself, do other things as well. So I was able to graduate on time and thankfully land a job in a Fortune 500 company, and I was fortunate enough to work there for 3 years, and basically the whole duration of my OPT. So that is a very high level quick overview of my college journey here in America. Now that I've covered that, I want to share a couple of things that I've learned along the way, or tips for you to take back home from this video. All right. So the first thing is that while picking a university, don't only look at rankings. And this is for bachelors, by the way. Do not only look for rankings. So if you're somebody who is able to get into the Ivy Leagues or the top 10 programs and is able to afford it easily, good for you. Go for it, and best of luck to you. However, if that is not the case for you currently, what you should do is try to look for a program that is in the state that you would be comfortable living in, because you're going to be spending 4 years there. So you might want to pick a state where you're going to be comfortable living. Okay, then funding. In bachelor's, it is possible to secure around 100% scholarship, and I know friends who have secured that. So you should definitely aim for that and apply accordingly. Okay, and the third thing that I would advise you guys is that when you're picking a university, you might want to pick a university that is known for having international students, because that would mean that they have a good international students office, right? And this office is going to be the group of people that are going to be taking care of you for the next 4 years. They're going to be the ones who are giving you your I-20. They're going to be the ones processing your OPT request, and basically any immigration related questions, they are the ones who are going to be handling and answering for you. So you might want to go to a university that has a very good international student office, okay, if possible. Point number two, or advice number two, is try to transfer as many credits as possible. I did not transfer any credits, which is why I ended up taking Calculus 1, Calculus 2, Physics 1, and Physics 2 all over again. And if you're going for engineering, there's a good chance you have covered all of this in high school. Why pay for it again, right? I literally paid the price. I don't want you guys to do that. So what I'm going to suggest is, if possible, in the beginning, try to transfer all of that, and that might just be a one whole semester. So that means you can space out the classes and focus on the core subjects properly. Okay, third thing is, every college, every program, they're going to be like, oh, these people are going to be your academic advisors. Well, these academic advisors are, honestly, from my experience and some of my other friends, they're just paid to just tell you, okay, these are the class you can take within your program, these are the class that you cannot, or these won't meet the requirement. And if you want to take certain classes offered by other colleges but we will accept under your degree, well, these are the forms you need to fill up. That is where their job ends. They're not going to sit down with you 24 hours helping you try to plan your perfect college journey. It doesn't work like that. And moreover, sometimes they may not know what you actually need to take in order to become let's just say an AI focused engineer, or like a database systems manager or something like that. They are not going to be the ones with that information, and they're not going to be the ones to help you plan that track. What you need is friends basically, who are, let's just say, in your program or in your department, who have taken those classes. Also, a senior would definitely help. So when you're international students, it's important that you create your network like that. Okay, your network has to consist of people who are in your department or in your program. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you to plan your college journey. Okay, and a great way to build these connections or meet these people would be clubs. And I'm going to urge all of you to join as many clubs as possible. I was part of the Bangladesh Student Association. I'll be very honest, I was not an active member there, and I definitely regret it, because these clubs are a great way to meet people and learn different cultures. And the Bangladesh Student Association, it would be a great way to meet people who come from Bangladesh, and we could just share our experiences. But I did not take the time to do that, which is why I would definitely tell you guys that, hey, I regret it. I don't want you guys to regret it. So go ahead and join as many clubs as possible. Trust me when I say this. If you think of a club, there's a good chance it exists. And if it doesn't exist in your specific university, well, you can ask for funding so that you can set it up. Okay, so I want you guys to take that initiative and find clubs and join them and be as active as possible. Because trust me when I say this, when the 4 years are over and you land your job, which you will, you're going to be looking back and you're going to be like, hey, if I did all that, I would still be here. So why did I skip out on all of that, right? Okay, and the last point is that talk to your professors as much as possible, especially if they're from your area. By area, I mean you're more interested in machine learning, and if it's a machine learning professor, go out there, talk to that person. And trust me when I say this, yes, they might be a little strict in your classes, but they're very nice, and they're gonna, if you share your story with them, they're gonna understand and they're gonna help you as much as possible. Trust me when I say that. Okay, with all that said, I hope that was enough information to help you guys make a decision on which college to apply to or how to make your listing. At any given time, if you guys have any questions, please just drop it in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But until then, take care, Showminators. Peace out.